MLB The Show's Tour of the Minors takes us to the South Central region of the United States and a stop here in the Texas League. Tonight, Game 4 of this 4-game weekend set between the San Antonio Missions and their Texas neighbors to the west, the Midland Rockhounds.
Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and you're watching some more MLB15 Road to the Show with Chester Adams. And right now, my player is still in AA, and that goes to show you just how little I've been posting videos. He's actually in the major leagues now, and it's kind of funny because obviously it's been a couple months since I posted a video. I think tomorrow it'll actually be 2 whole months since I posted my last video, and so I want to get this one out because this is a really good game. This is probably one of the better pitching performances that I've had, at least on the AA level. I want to tell you about what happened to the character, and then I want to talk about something else really quick. So more than likely not going to see much AAA with this character because after this game he gets promoted to AAA, and so my very first appearance in AAA, he leaves the game with I can't remember what it was, some sort of a strain, and it wasn't like he was pitching and he got hurt. I went for a pickoff move at first, so he throws the ball to first, and all of a sudden you get that cutscene and he's off the field, you know, with the trainers and such, and it's just like, what just happened? And so he goes on the 60-day DL, and he comes back with, gosh, I think I only had like 2 or 3 appearances left, and so I ended the season. I didn't bother to record those because I figured what would happen is just like, okay, you know, I had basically a season-ending injury, and so no big deal. I'll just come back next season. So I got invited to spring training, and then I made the club. So I made the Padres, but in the bullpen, and I hate that. I think I've said this before in videos, but I cannot stand when you're a starting pitcher and you get relegated to the bullpen, because it's a lot of loading, man. There's just so much loading going on when you go from game to game, because you might come in, you know, and you might face one batter, and then, you know, you got to get that guy out. You don't, they yank you and they put the next guy in. I mean, it's very, you know, it's like real life. You know, you got a job, do your job. But from a video game standpoint, from a game player standpoint, it's just, there's too much loading involved to be a relief pitcher. I don't know. You know, let me know in the comment section if there's people that actually do Road to the Show with relief pitchers, because I think that would be the toughest thing to do. From a player standpoint, it's just all the loading, you know, it's just like, oh crap. And I don't know about you, but I get into like a, you know, as a starter, you know, in my own playing days as well. So when you start a game, you know, you get into that rhythm. So when you come in as a relief pitcher, even in real life, you know, you're trying to get into rhythm as well. But there's something about being a starter and starting the game and having that sort of mentality. It takes a different kind of mentality to be a relief pitcher. And so for me, even in this game, when I was a relief pitcher on occasion in real life, it's a different mindset, and so I tend to do better when I start than as opposed to when I relieve, and that's the same in this game as well. For whatever reason, I just don't pitch really well as a reliever, and so my career so far with the Padres hasn't been stellar because I've been stuck in the bullpen. Now I've had a couple of spot starts, and they've gone really well. I think I've cracked the rotation. Now I have to go log in and take a look at the character. What happened is that's one of the big reasons why I stopped, as far as recording videos, and I kind of stopped playing the characters, because I got tired of going through all those loading, you know, loading up every game just to make a, you know, maybe a 1 batter to, you know, 1 inning appearance. And so I had another character that I wanted to work on, who was a third baseman who got drafted by the Diamondbacks. And so I started playing the shit out of that, and I got hooked on that. I played a lot of that, and so now I got that character to the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks, this is his 2nd full season, and the Diamondbacks are just god-awful. I think we started gosh, it would have been, I guess, 2000, I think it's 2016. I think I got all the way up to the show in 1 season, but anyways, we're like 1-8 or something like that, and I'm just sitting there checking the interactions like every single day, going, can I request a trade? Get me the hell out. Get me out of here. I don't want to be in Arizona. They're just not a good team. You know, well, they're not a really good team in real life, but at least in this sort of iteration, in this season of the show, we just don't have anybody. You know, you look at the lineup week day to day, and I'm like hitting 330 or something like that, and then you've got guys like Goldschmidt are hitting like .09. It's like, okay, I know it's early in the season, but you usually want to be hitting like 400. And then you can fall down to 3 something, and then back down to like a 280 or something like that for real life characters. But man, you're starting low. Expectations are high, and results have been very low. Anyways, that's what I've been up to as far as gaming wise. The other thing that I've been up to that I actually want to explore a little bit more is I went to San Francisco. I went to San Francisco in late June with my girlfriend, and so I've wanted to do this for a while, and so my girlfriend and I were talking about it, and we've gotten really serious, and so we're both baseball fans, and so I said, you know what I've always wanted to do, and she said the same thing, is that I want to go see every stadium. You know, I want to go with somebody, girlfriend, wife, you know, whatever. I want to go with this person, and I want to see every major league ballpark. Go watch a game. And it doesn't have to be a Padres game. You know, it could be a whatever, just a miscellaneous game, because obviously you're not going to catch the Padres in every stadium, which would be great. I mean, that'd be awesome, but it's not going to happen. So we talked about it last year, actually. And so last season we went to 2 games. So we went to a Padres game for our second date, and that was last July, so a year ago, almost 13 months ago now. And then we went up to see the Angels play. And so last season we got two ballparks done, the late last season. And so this season, we've been to a handful of Padres games. She picked up season tickets this year because this is the one great part about what happened, and she's not too pleased about it. But at the beginning of the year, the Padres were advertising if you get yourself a membership, season tickets basically, you will be basically automatically eligible for All-Star Game tickets for 2016. And so she's like, I want to do that. I want to go to the All-Star Game. And I was like, fuck yeah, I want to go to the All-Star Game too. I can't afford season tickets, but I mean, if you can, maybe we'll go half-seas. And so she said, okay, well, I'm going to get some season tickets. And she did. And they have different tiers. They have like a blue membership, which is like the basic 20-game package. There's a 40-game package, but I think it's gold. And then I think platinum or whatever is the top tier, like a full season. And so anyways, she did that. And she picked up her blue membership, and I don't remember what it was. And we got pretty good tickets. And I can only go on Saturdays. So they have, she's got Tuesday, Saturdays are the days that she goes. So Tuesdays she usually goes with her father, and then Saturdays I go with her. And they're good tickets, actually. They're not too bad. I'm more of an outfield kind of guy. Like, I like to sit out in the outfield. But she likes to be behind home plate, or at least as close to home plate as you can get. But for me, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you're this way too. From like a player standpoint, so I've been playing baseball since I was 8 years old, and so I've played baseball longer than I've done anything else in my life. And so for me, while I do enjoy watching the game like behind the plate, I never played as a catcher. That was the only position that I actually never played, and I kind of regret that. I really wish I would have spent some time as a catcher, but I was always an outfielder well, I should say outfielder, but I played outfield Little League, but I developed into an infielder, so I was primarily a third baseman, shortstop, played some second base, and then the last few years I started playing first a little bit more. So anyways, infield is where my perspective is, and so I prefer to be in the outfield looking in on the game, because that is a point of view that I'm more comfortable with. It's something that I'm used to. So seeing the backs of the infield, well, I mean, seeing the backs of like the pitcher, seeing the batter from the front or from the side, like the 3/4, just seeing it from a player's position basically is what I'm trying to get around and saying is that's what I'm comfortable with, and that's what I like. And so it's a little different, and it's kind of funny because I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but last Saturday we were at the Padres game, and we were out in the park, and we were eating the Hodad's. They've got a little burger joint right next to the park now. So we had a burger. We're just kind of sitting down there in the little bleachers, and Clint Barmas hits a home run, and immediately, like off the bat, I'm like, oh, that's gone. You can just see it right off the bat from the outfield. And so we've seen a couple home runs from our seats. We're in section 303, so we're at the third level and pretty much right on top of home plate. It's a lot harder to tell home runs, as they're leaving from back by home plate, for me at least. It gets to a certain point where you're like, I don't know. I mean, it's off the bat fast. I don't know if it's gonna go, and then it just kind of keeps drifting and it goes. And you can kind of watch the outfielders for an idea of what's gonna happen. But being from the outfield, it's just you can just tell, you can just see it. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna end that tangent. But yeah, I like to be in the outfield. I really do. I enjoy watching the game from there. So basically, anyways, she wanted to get the season tickets, and because they said they'd give her, All-Star Game tickets, and so they, I don't know, a couple months after she bought her tickets, they announced that, oh, to get your tickets, you need to have a gold membership. So if you have a blue membership, you need to upgrade. And she's like, "Fuck you guys, that sucks." So I don't know if we'll be going to the All-Star Game next year. It'd be nice. It'd be pretty sweet. I know we're not gonna upgrade. She's not gonna upgrade, but it just sucks that they changed it on us like that. So I don't know if that was like a Major League Baseball thing or if that was just the Padres. But going back, tangent from the tangent, basically going back to the main thing is that, like I said, we wanted to visit all 30 ballparks, and so last season, like I said, we go to the Angels game. We went to plenty of Padres games. This season, we've been to a handful of Padres games. We went up to watch the Angels play, or the Padres play the Angels on Memorial Day, which was not a good game, but there was a cool fireworks show after that. And then it was so funny because, like, we were there at that game, and the next two games, the Padres beat the Angels, and it was just like, why couldn't we go to the games that they win? But anyways, we went up to, like I said, we went to San Francisco in late June. So we watched the Padres play the Giants, and then we watched the A's and Royals at the Coliseum. So what I want to do, and since this commentary is getting sort of a little long in the tooth, is I want to use this video to introduce sort of I don't want to say a stadium series, because it's not like I'm going to go to any other ballparks. Well, actually, take that back. We're going to go to a Dodgers game in August. So what I want to do is I actually want to talk about and maybe share some photos of the stadiums that we've gone to now, or at least the ones that I've been to, and sort of do them over, an MLB video. So what that'll consist of would be like a Qualcomm back in the day, Petco Park, Angel Stadium, AT&T, the Coliseum, and then in August it'll be Chavez Ravine. So that's 6 ballparks. I mean, that's not a ton, but at the end of the season, we'll have all the California ballparks knocked out, which is kind of cool. And actually, I could talk about Fenway because I've been to Fenway, so I could do that one as well. That's the odd one out that I went to 3 or 4 years ago. So I want to do that. If you're interested, let me know. I've got I don't know. It's an interesting perspective when you go to see a ballpark. You start comparing it to like what you're familiar with. And I guess I could talk about, I don't know, the Lake Elsinore Storm. I've been there a handful of times as well. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to let the video play itself out. Like I said, this is probably one of the better pitching performances that I've had in this game. It was pretty damn amazing. I ain't gonna lie. So, looking forward to having more of these. Well, when you have a game like this, they don't come very often. But what I was gonna say also, the last thing in closing, for reals this time, I started to go back to the character from 2014. So basically, Chester Adams from 2014, and I've always wanted to finish a career, and so I found myself pitching with him more and more recently, and it's a lot of fun. I might post some of those videos just to show you where I'm at with that character that I spent so long with, and that has spent the longest. Actually, I think it's the longest show career that I've continued. Up until this year, obviously you had to get a new character. You couldn't bring them over to the new game, and so it's cool that you can bring them over to the new game now. Well, I shouldn't say now. I mean, obviously when the game came out. That's a cool feature, and I'm finding that I'm enjoying actually going through and continuing this character. So I'll try to post some of those videos, maybe every now and again, splash that one in there. So anyways, guys, I always ask this, but I'm curious where you guys at in your show's series. I imagine everyone's got a character in the show now, and probably all dominating, breaking records, and all that great stuff. But I just want to touch base and sort of check in and just kind of find out how you guys are, how you guys are doing and what you guys are up to in the show, because it's been a while. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to be better. I say that every time, break your hearts every time, but it happens. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna start rambling if I don't cut myself off here, so I will do that now. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video. So, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.
Stephen Crawford will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. That's wide, 2-0. Here it comes. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Now a swing and a third straight fly ball here should get him out of the inning. 1-2-3. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Mark Inoue will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Patrick Watson is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one at strike 1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Now another 1-2. And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up.
Now batting, shortstop.
Nick Worth is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. I know we have a tendency in the media to get hung up on pitch counts, but this is a legitimate workload he's sweated through so far.
Yeah, anytime you get up around that 110 mark, you put in a full shift, and he's fast approaching it here.
Struck him out. 18 strikeouts for him now. Here's the first offering. Jacob Stevens is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0.
And for all the pitches he's thrown, only 1 walk so far. That's a little bit surprising.
Now the 1-1 pitch. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. They just look lost.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch it.